Have you tried endless strategies to help your child with big emotions and you feel like none of them ever really work? Maybe they work for a little while, but in the end, they all just seem to drop flat and fail. In this video, I want to show you why emotional regulation strategies seem not to work and what you can do to bring success for your child now. As a biblical parenting coach, I've spent lots of time talking with parents, and lots of these parents with these children who have these deep or big emotions have tried lots of strategies. They've tried jumping on the trampoline. They've tried stretchy band type things. They've tried different textured items to help them a bit. They've tried hugging. They've tried calm music. They've tried deep breathing exercises. They've tried stretches and different things. They've done it, okay? And they've tried it. And they always come back to me and say, yeah, it worked for like a couple days. And then like he stopped being interested in it, or it didn't work, or it didn't help them at all. Why is that? And what can we do that will change that? I want to talk to you about why that is and 5 actions that you can take right now to build long-term success in the heart of your child. This is not a problem with your child. God made your child emotions and all, and he wants to use your child, emotions and all, to do great things for his kingdom. And so we have to help our children figure out how to navigate these emotions that they have successfully so they can go ahead and do those great things for Jesus's kingdom. So it's not something wrong with your child. Also, it's not something wrong with you either. It's just that we're targeting in our parenting the wrong things a lot of times. Many times when we're trying to help our children with big emotions, we're often targeting the behaviors and not targeting their hearts. We're often telling them to settle down, to calm down, to stop crying, stop doing this thing. And we're not really focused on the heart issues behind the behaviors that are coming out and that they're expressing. Because we're targeting the behaviors usually and not the heart issues, we then tend to look for solutions and hope that those solutions will solve the problem really quickly. What we need to recognize is that when we're doing heart work, we're in this for the long haul. Think about Jesus and you. If you're following Jesus, he's been working on your heart since you said yes to him. And it's a journey of a lifetime. And so when we're working on things like navigating big emotions and we're trying to make heart change, we can see improvements. I'm not saying it's going to take a lifetime to do all this, but it's not going to take a day or two and all of a sudden, poof, it's all going to magically change. We're transforming a heart. We're partnering with Jesus and with our child to bring about that heart change. That's going to take a while. We're trying to develop new patterns in a child's heart. A child feels angry, they explode. A child feels worried and they run away from their problems. A child feels sad and just breaks down and is inconsolable. That's the pattern in your child's heart right now. We're looking to develop a new pattern. Think about walking through the woods and you have a path all cut out. And I usually point to my head because I'm talking about like neural pathways too. Heart pathways and neural pathways. You're walking through the woods. Your child has a pathway. When they feel angry, this is what this is the path your child takes. And guess what? It is a counterproductive pathway that your child uses right now. We're saying, we're not just trying to go down this pathway. We need to develop a whole new pathway. Because if we just say stop, there's all these woods here, and I'm trying to get to the other side. Because on the other side is peace. And we need to help your child find peace. So we need to help your child cut a new pathway through the woods of their hearts and minds. Think about cutting a new pathway through the woods. That's not easy work. We got to cut down trees. We got to whack down weeds. We got to walk that path lots of times to flatten the earth out a lot. And while we're doing that, new weeds, new trees are growing up over here. The only time I get to point to my head and say something's growing, right? New weeds, new trees are growing up over here, blocking off this pathway. But guess what? There are times when we're learning this new pathway where one day your child's like, I want to try that old pathway again, right? And then we get all worried that, we failed, it's not working. We just got to help our child see that's counterproductive. Let's start using the other pathway. Let's talk about 5 actions that you can take right now that's going to help you target your child's heart and cut that new pathway with them. This isn't about us doing it. This is about us supporting them as they do this heart work themselves. That's how we see true change that lasts. The first action you want to teach your child is how to start listening for emotions sooner in the process. You see, Emotions are not good, they're not bad. Even big emotions are not good or bad. They're simply signals that God's giving you for your heart. Just like the signals on your car dashboard. They're just signals to let you know that something's going on with the car and you need to respond. If you wait too long when those signals start coming, guess what? Bad stuff's going to happen to your car. Or if you don't know how to read those signals, you're going to do the wrong thing. It doesn't help to refill your tires when the check engine light comes on, right? Wrong strategy. Wrong thing to do to fix the problem here. But the lights themselves aren't bad. They're just signals. And if we see the light go on early and we go, oh, I need to figure out what that light is all about so I can address it, the problems in our car stay smaller. The same is true for our children. If they can start noticing these signals that their body's giving them, gosh, you're crunching up your shoulders a lot right there. I'm hearing you growl as you're building with your blocks there. Are you feeling frustrated? See, I'm asking questions like that. That helps my child notice what's going on. And it's great if you can ask the question, are you feeling, after you've told them the body signals that's making you wonder that, because you're really transferring responsibility to them to try and make that assessment. Now, some kids can't handle that, and it won't help. Sometimes we have to tell them, I notice your eyebrows are up, you're darting your eyes around. I believe you're feeling worried, right? They need that for some kids. Other kids, they can handle the question. Do whatever your kid needs in those situations, okay? That leads us to the second action that you can take. And that's really working on strategies together. We need to help our children see that we're on the same team here and that we're going to work on these strategies together. So all these different strategies that you've maybe tried with your kids, some of them might actually be ones that work. A lot of them are going to be ones that don't work. We want to talk to our children about how we're kind of like detectives right now, and we're trying to solve a mystery about how our bodies work, how our hearts work. And there are certain strategies that are just going to help us, and there's other ones that aren't really going to help us at all. For some kids, it really helps to make a list. You can even like fold a piece of paper in half and make a list on the one side of all these different ideas. Just brainstorm different ideas. And then on the other side, copy just a couple, 2 or 3 strategies over on the other side and say, okay, these are the ones we're going to try. And then you try those strategies out when you need to. And the thing is, you got to come back and you got to revise this list, because you're going to move stuff over to this side and try it out, and some of it's going to work. And we want to like highlight those because those are like golden strategies that are working. And other ones we're going to say, oh, that didn't work. And that's okay. Let's try another one. There's no fault, there's no shame, there's no judgment. That strategy just wasn't for you. Now, if this idea of helping your child listen for body signals, emotion signals, and starting to create sort of a bank of strategies to go ahead and try is really helping you, go ahead and do me a favor, hit that like button so I know that it's helping you. The third action that we can take is to practice our strategies many, many, many times during peaceful moments. I've been a school teacher for about 25 years, and every month for the last 25 years, I've done a fire drill. That's right. I've got 25 years worth of monthly fire drills under my belt right now. And guess what I can do really well? I can get out of a school when there's a fire because I've practiced this for 25 years. Your child does not need 25 years of practice, but certainly needs lots of practice with these strategies. So if one of your strategies that we're going to try out is deep breathing, we're going to practice deep breathing at different times. We're going to tell our kid, hey, we're going to practice this so that way if something happens, we can be ready and you'll know how to do it. You can even relate it to fire drills because your child's probably done a fire drill before and they understand that. Or anything that they practice. You could relate if your child's into sports to how a sports player practices specific ways to dribble the ball or pass the ball or twirl in the air, whatever the sport is. They practice that a lot so that way when the pressure's on in the big game or the big meet or the big match, they're ready to handle it and they know how to do it. And then we go practice and have them come back in a few minutes and then debrief how that went, even during the peaceful times. Tell them how proud you are of them. Tell them what a great job they did. Because when you do that, you are investing in the future with your child. You're investing in the relationship now and you're investing in the future because it's more likely they're going to take those actions when they've gotten such positive feedback and close relationship when you've done that. The fourth action that you can take is an action that you do in the moment. In the moment, when your child is starting to show signs of struggling with an emotion, You want to take action. You don't want to just wait it out and see how it goes. You don't want to kind of like, oh, let's just see. He looks like he might boil over there. Let me just see. No, don't do that. Step in gently and say something as simple as, I'm noticing that you are, and fill in the blank with what your kid's doing. And then you can ask, how are you feeling? Or if you're familiar with zones of regulation, what color are you feeling right now? Here's what I'm seeing. What color are you feeling right now? Those are opportunities to raise your child's emotional awareness to how they're feeling so they can become more reflective. Because the more you do that, the more you're building that pathway that says, I should be doing that too. And then we're going to try some of these strategies out. And like I said, we have to go back and review the plan, and we have to see how it's going. Go back and look at what worked, what really helped you, what wasn't helping you so much. And is there anything new we want to add to this list to try out? But let me tell you, when you start figuring out what works, man, your kid's going to feel such freedom. You're going to feel such peace, and life's going to change because your kid is going to know how to navigate that emotion when it happens. The fifth action you can take is having a team mentality. Unfortunately, when emotions start getting big and deep, it can sometimes cause us as parents to struggle with our emotions too. And unfortunately, a lot of conflict happens around big emotions at times. We want to sort of hit the reset button in family life here and help our child understand we're on their team in this. This is not us versus them. This is not us trying to stifle them or shush them or bring them down. This is us trying to empower them to navigate emotions that they're finding tricky right now and to give them the strategies that they need that'll last them a lifetime. Having that team mentality is going to go a long way with your child because it's within the context of relationship that children can start to become more self-regulating. When they feel close, when they feel connected and attached, you are promoting the possibility of self-regulation. So we need to make sure they understand we're on their team in this. If you'd like some help in doing all this with your family and taking these actions with your kids, you want to grab the free parenting resource I have in the description down below. It's going to provide you with a roadmap for your child to help them navigate these big emotions so you can start seeing success in this whole arena of emotions. And if you're wondering about a strategy called Getting Curious, that you can use in the moment when your child's struggling with big emotions, you want to check out the video I'm going to put right here. And if you're just wondering what else I have on YouTube, YouTube thinks that this video is the next best one for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone.